What up guys, Raz here. I just wanted to show off a really cool add-on for Counter-Strike servers called Practice Mode. Now what Practice Mode is, it's an add-on for dedicated servers that allows you to practice grenades, flashes, all that sort of stuff in a really efficient and quick way. Now I'll get more into that in a second, but before we can do any of this, what you need to do is you actually need to install PracMod onto your server. So I've actually released a video detailing exactly how to do that, so it's in the description below, so go check that out now. Install it, it's got everything you need there, and once it's working, come back and we can go through exactly how to use PracMod. So at this point in time, I assume you've got PracMod on your computer, and what we can do is we can go ahead and actually show you how it works. I'm just going to quickly move myself out of the way because the chat goes in this space, so I need to move myself out of the way so you guys can see how it works and all that sort of stuff. So I'll check back with you guys in a second. Alrighty, that's better. Cool. So the first thing you want to do is join your server and change it to the map that you want to practice. So for argument's sake, let's say I want to practice cache. So we're on cache, we're ready. What you got to do is type .setup in chat, and if you've installed Practice Mode correctly, you get this menu that comes up. In general, when you actually start it, it'll come up like this. So Practice Mode will be disabled. What's actually really cool about Practice Mod is that it's completely unintrusive, meaning that once it's off, you don't even know that it's there. You know, you turn it off, boom, it's gone. You know, there's nothing that will creep into your actual, you know, practice games or whatever like that. It's gone completely. So first thing you got to do is press 1 to enable Practice Mod. Boom. What I like to do is I like to enable cheats, respawning as well, and pretty much the settings that you see now is what I like to use. They seem to work well, and I don't touch any of the rest of the settings. So once that's all set up, you can close the menu. You won't need it anymore. That's what's cool about this as well. Everything's done through chat. Okay, so one application of this, let's say I'm an up-and-coming player and I want to practice my individual flashes, stuff, you know, just for myself, just to improve my grenades. So a really cool feature of Practice Mod is that you're able to do just that. Now previously, or at least in my experience, before any of these cool mods were out, the way you'd practice flashes, you'd either turn on trajectories, you'd see how your flash goes, you know, you visually sort of assess it, or you actually get someone else in your server and you practice with them. So that's really inefficient, obviously, because you're using someone else's manpower. If you can do it by yourself, then it's much better, obviously, right? And that's what this allows you to do. So I'm an, you know, a cache player. I want to say, hey, I want to find a really good flash for A main, but not just a normal one that lands, you know, like a normal one that lands there or whatever. I want to find one that gets everywhere. So this angle here is obviously the hardest angle to flash, right? So what you do is you position yourself here and you type .flash. And as you can see there, it says save your position, throw a flashbang, and you will be teleported back here to see the flashbang's effect. So then you start practicing. So let's say, I don't know, I'll start from here, like, okay, cool, maybe I can do one from here. Oh, you know, it didn't get me, it doesn't go quite far enough. So it allows you to quickly iterate through flashes and find the right one for the right position. So eventually you'll wind up in this situation where you're like, okay, let's try this one. Oh, awesome, it gets everything and you're happy with it, and that's cool. You found a flash that'll otherwise take you much longer to find. Potentially you'll need another person, and that's awesome. So as a player who just wants to improve himself, this is really useful. Also, what's really cool about this feature that you can't see right now is that every player that's in the server, so if you have your teammates in here, everyone has their own different color trajectory. So you can see everyone's trajectory. It's really awesome like that. Okay, we're just going to do another quick example of how to use flashes in this thing. Let's say you want to find a flash from Sunroom that gets default, right? Let's go here. So again, you type .flash at this position. You go into your spot and you start practicing. So for example, I can test out maybe 100 flashes within a few minutes, and then I end up with a flash like this, for example. Boom, you're happy with that. You can see the trajectory, like, okay, cool. So you can, you know, assess what can go wrong with the flash, or if I throw it too deep, I won't get him. If I throw it to the left, I won't get him. Maybe it's not a good flash. Whatever, it's really easy to assess is my point. So that's how you can practice flashes with this mod, and it's really cool. Now let's move on to another really amazing feature that'll really improve team practices and make stuff for teams much more efficient, okay? And this is done through the ability to save grenades. I'll go into that in a second. I guess I'll do it sort of for an example, right? Alright, so for any of you who have been in a team before, and I've faced this many times, a lot of the troubles you come into when team practicing is you'll jump onto a server, you're in-game leader, or you'll discuss how you guys want to play, and then inevitably you will discuss executes or smokes that you do for your defaults, and people have to learn them, right? And then for about an hour you spend learning all the smokes. You know, obviously that's an hour gone from team prac, which could be used for other things, right? It allows you to sort of get rid of that dead time in team practice, and I'll explain to you how. Okay, so let's say you're an in-game leader, right? So what you do is you say, hey guys, we've got practice at 8 o'clock today. I want everyone to join the server at 6 o'clock and learn all the grenades. How? This is how you'll do it. So in his own time, maybe at 4 o'clock, the in-game leader will come on into the server, and let's say we want to do a simple A execute. I don't know, like, let's do the most, just like arbitrary smokes for A, right? So one here, one here, one here, and one here, okay? Let's just say you want to do those 4 smokes, and let's just pretend that you don't know the smokes. These are the most standard smokes on cache, so you should probably know them, but let's just assume you don't know them. So what in-game leader would do is he'd go one by one, and he'd find the smokes. So let's pretend that I've done all my, smokes and found the right one. And then this is as simple as this, right? So let's say I found the smoke that I want for upper, for example, right? So like this. So I'd be like that. I'd be like, okay, cool. Oh, yep, I'm happy with that smoke. It goes upper, does what I want it to do. Awesome. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to go into that spot, go into the exact same lineup, and what you can type here is .save player 1, so we'll call them player 1, whoever it is, a exec cat smoke. Boom. Right? So now what player 1's actually able to do is he's able to join the server and see the lineup. I won't show you that yet. I want to do all the smokes first so you guys can see why it's so useful. So he saves that one. We need a fork smoke. It's the most standard smoke. Let's say you just do it from here, like that, right? So, he'll go here, he'll line it up there, for example, type .save player 2 a exec fork smoke, and he saves it. Now, with a smoke that's sort of not a standing throw, a really cool feature is you can add a description to it. So what I can do for this one, I can be like, okay, I want to add a description. So we're obviously standing at the fence, so disc stand at edge of fence, walk throw. Step throw is probably better. Cool. So that's a description for the grenade. I'll go into how those pop up later on. We'll just get all the grenades down first. Let's say you're a squeaky player. So exactly the same thing for this guy. So you'll do the lineup, you'll find the smoke you like, and then you'll save it. You do the exact same thing for the white box smoke. We call it white box smoke. So this is where the description is really important. So for the white box smoke that I know, is you go here, you aim like this, and you use a jump throw bind. So the way that I'd outline that to my team is, so I'd line it up, I'd be like, cool, I'm happy with that. We'll go here. Lineup's pretty obvious, but what I need to do is I need to save this. So save player 4 a exec white box smoke. Now it's important to add the description in this kind of case. So you go disc, jump throw. So now the player instantly knows, cool, I need to jump throw it. Alright. So all those smokes are saved, blah, blah, blah. And you can save flash, you can save mollies, you can save whatever you want. So let's say you're finished with that, right? And you go, cool, I'm done. 4 o'clock, I'm done. I'm going to go do some stuff. And 6 o'clock, team's going to jump on and learn their stuff. So you can disconnect from the server, right? Boom, whatever, you're done. And then 6 o'clock comes, and then players join up. Your players join up, and they're able to do this. Alrighty. So he joins up. As per normal, practice mode is off. So he'll turn practice mode on. He'll set it up how he wants. When you type .nades in practice mod, you'll get an archive of everyone's saved grenades, and this is really, really cool. Okay, so let's say that I'm player 1. I'll join up. Okay, Raz, the leader, he saved some smokes. I'll click 1. Okay, cool. Player 1 a exec cat smoke. All right, awesome. So you can find your actual grenade. Cool. Boom. You put in your position. You drop yourself a smoke. You learn the lineup. Perfect, right? All you have to do, you don't have to find anything. All you have to do is learn how they line up the smoke and throw it. That's it. Same thing for the other players. So player 2, just go through the example. Nades, cool. Raz, I'm player 2, a exec fork smoke. Okay, cool. Now, if you notice at the bottom, it's got a description. Description, standard edge of fence, step throw. Okay, so okay, that's edge of fence. Yep, easy, easy. Step throw. Okay, so awesome, easy, really easy. And so on and so forth for the other grenades. So just go the white box smoke, same thing. Okay, so line up here. Yep, got it, got it. And it's a jump throw. Okay, got it. So then you use a jump throw bind. Boom. Really fantastic way to practice all your smokes. So moving forward, right? Let's say that 6 months down the line, in your team, you've forgotten some smokes, you've strayed away from some strategies, and you want to bring them back in. What this allows you to do is you can archive all your strategies if you're careful with your folder structure or your nade structure. You can have everything laid out nicely, so you can come back, revisit it, and everyone can learn it straight away again without having to go through the hassle of, hey guys, do you remember this strat? Oh, what smoke did I throw? What smoke did you throw? Oh, this, that, you know? So it's really, really efficient way to do all that kind of stuff. What you can also do, right? Let's say you've got a saved grenade. Let's just do an upper one, for example. Let's say, okay, here. Okay, so let's say you've saved up a smoke and someone comes to it, they load you up a smoke and they realize that it doesn't work, or you realize that it's crap, or you can find a better lineup. As you can see in chat, it's got you teleporting to grenade ID 5. So each grenade has an ID number, and you can also check them out by doing this, by typing .nades. As you can see, number 5 is the bot smoke. So it's as simple as typing .delete space 5. And that's it. So the grenade will now be removed from the list. So now if you type .nades and you go through them, it's deleted. Only the 4 working smokes are there. It's fantastic. That's pretty much the ins and out of how to use this pract mod. I think it's very, very useful from anywhere from novice players to, you know, professional teams. I think it's a really efficient way to cut out sort of that dead time in practice. So to recap, you can test flashes, smokes, grenades, anything by yourself. You can save grenades. You can view other people's saved grenades. So that's really, really good way to cut down your prac time or improve your prac efficiency. So with that, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you thought it was useful and liked the video, give us a like, give us a sub, do whatever you feel is fit. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. But otherwise, I hope you find this useful. Hope you and your team jump onto this ASAP. And yeah, get practicing, guys. Love you. Catch you later.